Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have come to the right place. From Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles, California, we present to you the MLFR National Championship. Today, the Las Vegas Trojans take on the Colorado Greyhawks. Hi, hello, how's it going? My name is John Tyler. It is great to have you with us from a blustery, chilly Los Angeles. It is very uncommon to have conditions like this, even though it is January, even though it is this locale. Well, it's in the low 50s, but with wind, it's pushing it to the high 40s. Vegas Trojans, winners of the Pac West. In fact, they've won the last 3 league championships in spring and fall combined. The Greyhawks, undefeated in the Colorado Football Conference, entering this game at a record of 13-0. Home to a name that I'm familiar with. The national championship is underway. The return is from the 3-yard line. That's Colin Mayers who brings it up to the 30-yard line, a return of 22. Yeah. If you're very familiar with the Vegas Trojans, I don't know, Rodney, if you were here for this game back in, I think, 2011. We beat them 90-9. Inglewood beat them 90-9 on this field here. It just kept scoring and scoring. And, to go from the absolute most dreaded doldrums you could think of to being in a position they are to win yet a second national championship in the same season, you just have to think it's nothing short of impressive. 1st and 10, no Brandon Brooks tonight, it appears. At quarterback, number 7, James Kamek. Kamek hands off, that's Brian Flowers. And you're going to hear, especially if you're a Blackhawk fan, many familiar names. In fact, we just might as well call this Inglewood Blackhawks Part B. There's so many familiar names. I get sent the final roster today, and I'm talking with Jonathan Johnson on the field. I tell him I see his name. I'm going, they have him too? It's rather crazy. Oh my gosh. I mean, Bobby has just done a majestic job. 2nd down. Well, he has 3 to his credit. Hand off to Flowers again, and he gets thrown back. The one thing I'm already liking about this game is the pace of play. You're already seeing it's something. I mean, this is at hyperspeed compared with the game we just saw earlier. And you watch a game like you did earlier, it's honestly hard to keep your concentration. There will be no problems in catching any play here. 3rd down, they need almost the 40-yard line. Third and 3. Oh, the left end, it sure looked like it. Handoff. Gets up to the 40-yard line. Looks like they'll have a 1st down. So 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 40-yard line. So the yard marker thing is a little askew. Says 4, but it is 1st down. A pass to Akoya Hudgens. Hudgens to the 48-yard line and gets no more. A very impressive play on 1st down. He's stopped by Dwayne Autry. I just saw a name on there on the Greyhawk roster I'm very familiar with. The Firehawks played their last ever game. Oh no! But besides this, but is that Roy Otis? Oh, good Lord! They'll add anyone during a game. This is lovely. 2nd and 2. A handoff goes for no yardage. Anyway, it's Brian Flowers with the handoff. But this is uncommon for Brian Flowers already. We've already noticed the past 2 runs he's had, he's gone up the gut. It is absolutely commonplace for him to always bounce to the left side and then try and gun it upfield and go south. But already he's gone up the middle. And in the case of the previous play, gets about half a yard. 3rd down, they need the opposing 49. Oh, it's on the ground, but Flowers picks it up, and he's not going to get the first down. He crosses the center line. He gets the first down. First down, Trojans. So the Trojans continue to move the ball upfield, and we'll have 1st and 10. Blows my mind for how hard the winds were just 30 minutes ago. It's calmed down considerably. 1st and 10 on Colorado's 49. Kamek continues at quarterback, double wide to the right. Vegas Trojans in white with red accents. Pass is complete from Kamek to the 42. Gets about 7. On the completion to Akoya Hudgens. Anyway, there's a name on the Greyhawk roster I recognize. Foothill Firehawks lasted from 06 to 09. They went 54-6 in 4 years. Firehawks were located in the San Gabriel Valley, playing in La Puente in Monrovia at Don Montgomery Stadium for a spell. 2nd down and 3. And from Kamek to the 40-yard line, stop there and no more. Jimmy Provost is able to make the stop. So in the final Firehawk game they ever played, it was in Las Vegas in January 2010. They played the Colorado Springs Flames. Thankfully, just came to mind. Bobby Purify was on that team for Colorado Springs 7 years ago. Rather remarkable to see him back on the field. Of course, you all know him for playing for the Buffaloes at CU in Boulder. That's a free play, I believe, but contact was made, so flags are thrown. We have a kid here to my right. I'm going to explain to him our scoreboard. That's okay. That's 3rd down and 1 on the 40. It says ball on the lower right. So up above it is the score, no score. And the Greyhawks coerced the Trojans into a false start. So 3rd down, yard line to make the 39. Kamek continues at quarterback. Kamek's in trouble and dropped at the 40, and there's a loose ball. On 3rd down, Kamek lost control of the football. Controlled by the Greyhawks. The one we just talked about earlier, who I saw 7 years ago, is there to pick up the loose change, Bobby Purify. There's a good contingent of Greyhawk fans. Great to have them with us. First and 10 for the Greyhawks. They are in business. Deep in Trojan territory. Ball spotted on the 28-yard line. Oh, before they even get the snap off, the Trojans unfortunately have to burn a timeout. So we'll take it with them almost halfway through this first quarter. With 8:02 to go in the opening frame, no score. It's always difficult for semi-pro teams to travel long distances now in the LCFL and the SCFA and now the Pac West out here in the West Coast. We have teams from San Diego come up to play teams in LA, and then for the past few years have been very successful at that. Teams from Nevada play in Southern California because this has been a hotbed of wonderful minor league talent for many years. First and 10. Greyhawks in, you guessed it, Gray. Pass. Ooh, worm burner. No good. Julian Banks, your quarterback for Colorado. Second and 10. Momswich in motion. The play is for Jimmy Provo and gets up to the 27-yard line and gets no more there. And we spoke about in the previous game how the Blackhawks traveled 60 to the national championship in 2012 and then about 45 to 50 in 2015. But we're looking at the Greyhawks taking reps before the game, and we were very impressed that you guys probably basically traveled about 45 to 50 players, which probably about 50. And that's impressive to travel great distances on your own dime. Third and 10. Pass is deflected. Ooh, and nearly picked off. Pass is swatted by DeVary Glenn of Vegas. And what was a promising possession for Colorado has now gone up in flames. Timeout Colorado. So both teams have burned timeouts here in the first 9 minutes of this game.
And it ain't about wins and losses, it's about loyalty. It's about understanding I'm gonna make the play or I'm gonna watch the play be made. It's simple. It's either I can tell my safety, you cover this because I'm going this time. It's a man on a man every time you play the game. It'll never change.
Johnny Mendez. Oh my goodness. That one is good from 35. That's some Vegas Trojan fans here. Oh, we love it. So as they come up the field, your score, the Greyhawks 3, the Trojans no score. National championship on the line from Minor League Football Report. And Mendez puts it in play. The return is from the 10-yard line. Dante Abrams, a very familiar name here, returns it up about 20 yards to the 30-yard line. So the Trojans were moving along until an unfortunate fumble recovered by Purify, and then they cash in on a field goal 35 yards out by Mendez. 3-0, Colorado. Handoff, Flowers. And he gets up to the 30-yard line. I'm going to say no gain, second down. So they come to the line, second down from the 30. I take that back, a carry of about 3.5. Kamek with double wide either side in a cover 2. Handoff up the middle, drilled and destroyed. My gosh. Laying the wood was Terrell Thompson of Colorado. A big number 1 for them. Moves it to the 35, however. And so this is third and manageable. And if you're wondering, yes, full disclosure, honestly, voice is at 80% tonight. You do a John Forsland-like schedule with 4 games in 4 nights. And that's what I'm going through. Third down, they need the, looks like 38 to continue to drive. Kamek is back. Kamek with some protection, gets out of the pocket, gets up past the 40, and a first down at the 45. Oh, Kamek just ran for a first down, and you know, yeah, Kamek had a 7-yard run. Yeah, he just went down voluntarily. Helping out Mr. Black, PA voice of the Blackhawks for many, many moons. 1st and 10. Ball spotted on their 45. Look at the protection. No, he never saw it. Intended for Hudgens. Ooh, if Hudgens had looked back, he was gone. Worked PA of Junior A hockey for the Valencia Flyers the previous 2 nights. Hey, you guys are probably aware of the Colorado Eagles in Junior A in the Western States Hockey League. A good friend of ours, former. Stop the clock. Might have time on the clock, or they'll leave it there at 1:56. Anyway, a good former Flyer made it onto the Eagles roster. Lance Pennington, might remember him. And we had 2 records broken the previous couple nights. Jacob Cranbetter breaking the all-time team record for all-time goals, and then on Friday night became the all-time leader in the league in assists. I was privileged to see the Eagles play in one game in the Western State Shootout at the City National Arena, the new practice facility for the Vegas Golden Knights. Enough hockey for this broadcast. From the 45, second down. Oh, that was catchable. Absolutely no reason to have it fall off the leg on the pass intended for Jerry Brown. Third down. Yard line to make the opposite 44. AG Sport Video Production brings you this broadcast. It'll bring you the next broadcast that you need to watch. An all-star game of epic proportions from Los Angeles, Downey to be specific. Next Saturday, watch it on YouTube, starts at 4 o'clock Pacific. 3rd and 10. Flowers split out. Flowers is open, in fact. Kamek throws it right side, however. Incomplete. Intended for Gerald Bennett. And it'll be 4th down. .208 to go in this first quarter. It's a 3-0 lead for Colorado on a 35-yard field goal. Jonathan Johnson in deep punt formation. We saw him kick in pregame warm-up. They sailed to the right because the wind is just gusting here. Oh, it's blocked. Kick is blocked, and the Greyhawks recover on the 34-yard line. Blocked and recovered by Devin Cox. Oh, we have a personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
How do you rough the kicker on a blocked punt?
And it's hard to say if there was contact on the kicker in the first place. And unfortunately, we're only given one look with no replay. So that's going to be a gift first down for the Trojans. Oof, what a break. I mean, from the naked eye, from what you saw, it just didn't seem to appear to be that much contact on Jonathan Johnson, the former Sun Devil. Wow. Oh, roughing the center? It's a no, I completely understand. I'm hearing from the offensive coordinator. Yeah. Roughing the center. We've all watched football for years. We have a stop the clock. Well, I do understand that. Yeah. You know, it's like you know Bill Raftery of CBS. Yeah. He calls plays like that nickel dimers. You know, the ones that are just really cheap almost. Oh. You know, truth be told, in my very, very short football career, I was a human goalpost. I'm still kind of slender. But you watch a lot of football over the years. You play it or you watch it or whatever. You hear roughing the center is like, what is he? What kind of broadcast is this? You're right, 1 in 1,000. Pardon that, it is cold here. Well, when all is said and done, this is a field position difference of about 32 yards. Didn't I say just earlier when all the dust is settled? I think it's still hovering because we're still waiting for the next play to get going. So as soon as they get the coaches off the field, we'll get this one going. Brian Flowers with the ball. He moves it up past the 40-yard line and gets about the 38. Trying to help the gentleman fill in for Mr. Black for the moment. Trying to figure out the microphone situation for the PA to the crowd. 1:20 to go, first quarter. 3-0 Greyhawks. Kamek gets out of despair. 40, then throws. I don't think that was a catch. And that is indeed not the case. That is indeed the case at the 20-yard line. Third down. Pass is intended for Gerald Bennett. Third down and 9. They require the 29. 64 seconds left in the first of 4. John Tyler with you. Happy to bring you the action here from Los Angeles. In a good, hard-fought game so far. All the makings of a national championship, everything you've wanted. Here's Kamek, and gets it out of his hand quickly, complete at the 28-yard line. Clock continues to run on the catch by Merrick Abbott. He might have gotten 10. Stop the clock. I think he got 9 there. That was at 6:20, the first scorer of the game. Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for.
Why are the chains moving now?
Thought he was short by.
Called him short and said it was 4.
Oof. Will they give it a first down? Run it. First and 10, so perhaps a gift first down. Flowers. We haven't seen him bounce left yet. Across the 30 to the 27-yard line. Clock continues to run at 33 seconds left, first quarter. And they are going to stand pat and let this quarter come to a close as the clock continues to tick inside, 10 seconds left. Very entertaining first quarter. Change of possession netted 3 points for the Greyhawks. And at the end of one, the Greyhawks 3, the Trojans nothing. Back in Los Angeles, John Tyler with you at Jackie Robinson Stadium. We're on the Rancho Cienega Sports Complex. If you want to get a gauge of where we are, we're just off the 10 freeway off of the La Brea exit. We're right behind Dorsey High School, one of the powers in city section football here in Los Angeles. We are in a location that is affectionately known as the Jungles. So we start the second quarter with Vegas possession, 2nd down and 9. Kamek in trouble and drop for about a 6-yard loss. 49 on the stop among those for Colorado. That was a healthy sack. Loss of about 6. Tag teaming on the stop, Luke Koger, number 23. Greyhawks perfect on the regular campaign. We're supposed to play the Virginia Chargers. They opted to play in one of the bowl games at Spec Martin Stadium in DeLand, Florida. DeLand is home of Stetson University, west of Daytona. To Kamek. Kamek will go for it all to the corner and runs into a few bodies. It's incomplete. Bennett, the intended target. Yeah. No, it's not that Bennett was trying to create a flag, but he ran into one of the men in the secondary. So there's really nothing to be called. And in fact, that guy in the secondary had turned around to look at the football also. Correct. Yep. Ooh, another timeout to Vegas, their second. They've burned 2. Colorado has burned 1. Vegas has 1 left. Trojans have, Greyhawks have 2 with which to use. And Jonathan Johnson, the one kicking, normally isn't a field goal kicker. So we'll see. And usually when Johnson was a member of Inglewood, those place kicking duties were put into the ably capable hands of Michael Scott. You have to take a look. 2013 LCFL Championship, Blackhawks Cobras in Oceanside. Scott drilled a winning field goal from 50 yards. So this will be an adventure here. From 49 yards out, he did not give it enough boot. It goes out of bounds for a touchback. So I'm not saying call me prophetic, but place kicking is not JJ's strong suit at all. So the score remains 3-0, and we play with 13:48 remaining until halftime. And I said corrected because it went out of bounds. It'll be, well, it should be up at the 39 if we're going to go NFL, right? I mix it, yeah, because I mix it with the college rule. And of course, there's no Chris Davis for Auburn in the end zone ready to, return at the distance. Not sure where the discussion is here. So we return for play. Handoff gets up to the left side. And Colorado gets 5 yards to the 42-yard line. It'll be second down. Second and 5. Greyhawks in, you guessed it, gray. Oh, what a hit. A massive blow put on Cameron Smith by Ronald Brown. We spoke about Michael Scott when he was a Rhino, and I was shagging his kicks pregame when I was doing PA for the Rhinos from 03 to 04. He was drilling kicks unmolested from 65 yards. So him hitting that 50-yarder in 2013 was a drop in the bucket. Third down. Right side, Banks. And it's no good. Fourth down. Tried to gain the first down at the 50-yard line, no dice. And it would be wise for the Greyhawks to kick it away. I know for you guys in Colorado that this sort of weather is normal, but this is ridiculous because it went easily 30 degrees cooler within a couple days. Now, that's normal for you guys, but that does not happen here in LA. So, fourth down. Oh, the regular PA system is going, but it sounds like AM radio. Procedure, too many players? Procedure? Oh, that hurts too. So back in deep punt formation for the Greyhawks to kick the one that hit the field goal earlier, Johnny Mendez. Oh, wow, and the play breaks down. He loses considerable yardage back at the 25, a loss of 14. Back there on the stop, Stephen Thaler. And that was just completely poor blocking. Handoff Flowers. It's to the 25-yard line. Well, usually this PA system here is a lot better than this because, honestly, Mr. Black sounds like the teacher from Peanuts. You know the sound. I'm not going to imitate it. 11:19 remaining until halftime. A throw down the middle is incomplete. The new quarterback, Eli Jones, typically a wide receiver, tried to gun it, but it fell woefully short and on the ground immediately. So it's third down. Ooh, lost my pen. Love this wind. So third down for Vegas. Yard line to make is the 12. Take that back, the 14-yard line. 13. 14. I can't count. And I do this for a living. We'll get it figured out from the 24. Staying in quarterback is Eli Jones. Oh, movement. And has to be on the offense. And that's on the wide receiver nearest to the center. On the far side, procedure. 3rd and 15.
Bit. I tried to get up here behind this box.
Oops. No. Well, friends, we're back live. What you missed was a couple plays of the action so far. Jonathan Johnson drilled a punt that went inside the 10-yard line on the return. Greyhawks went up to the 40, but there were flags. And so now it pins him back at the 20-yard line, second down. 3-0, the Greyhawks on top. Lots of movement with flags. And the chirping is underway. Play resumes after the 5-yard penalty. It'll be second down and about 4. 9:23 remaining in this first half. Very stagnant second quarter, truth be told. Jimmy Provo, the ball carrier, gets up to the 28-yard line. Ball almost stripped away by Ronald Brown, and it'll be third and very manageable. Yeah. Third down. They show blitz. Handoff. Man, the Trojans are just on it tonight as far as the defensive side of the ball is concerned. The handoff went to Cameron Smith, but he was stuffed. He gets 2 and enough for a first down. First and 10 for the Greyhawks. Ball positioned on their 30-yard line. Picked off at the 35 and dropped at about the 20. For Vegas, it's Dedon Hatcher making the intercept, and it puts the Trojans in fine field position. On first down, a play that goes perhaps half a yard. Brian Flowers, B-Flow with the carry up to the 22. All right, second down and 9 for the Trojans. Still 3-0 Colorado on top. 6:30 to go until halftime. Jones throws it to the right. Another one that skips off the turf. No good. Intended for Gerald Bennett. Having a difficult time at the quarterback position. Have to find a play that breaks this game wide open. .6:22 to go in the half. Vegas needs the 10 to continue this march. Time count violation. Difficult penalty to take. Too much decision making was happening. And it'll be 3rd and long. Who calls for time? The Trojans are out of timeouts. So that was a final timeout charge to the Trojans. Come back for play. Jones fakes. Jones will throw. He needs the 10. And gets stuffed at the 15-yard line. All right, Jonathan Johnson missed from 49 yards earlier. This one from the 22, a 32-yard field goal try. Needs to get high trajectory on this one. Almost blocked. And the kick is good. Cries for holding are going not noticed by the referees as they come up the field. Your score tied at 3. Jonathan Johnson fires it away. Return from the 13. And JJ makes the stop. A little woofing going on the return by Antoine Outlaw. So here come the Greyhawks. First down and 10. Ball spotted on their 45. Banks hands off. Spin move. Virtually no dice, but perhaps a carry of a couple. Handoff went to Cameron Smith. Second down. Greyhawks possession, trying to get back in front. Banks in trouble. Julian picked off. Second interception of the day, and this one it's credited to Michael Downing at the 16-yard line. Vegas possession deep in their own end. On Vegas's 15, first down. .423 to go in the first half. We're tied at 3. Jones hands off. Flowers over the middle. Bounces to the left this time. It's not Flowers, it's Ronald Brown. Brown to the 25-yard line. Stopped there, perhaps a gain of 10. Right into the Hornets' nest. A gain of about 9. And officially they're going to give him 7. Second down and 3. On a cold night like this, I'm trying to understand how I'm in 3 layers. And we just saw 2 female fans, one of them basically 1 layer. And I can usually hold my own as far as how cool it is, but at this field we haven't seen conditions like this in years. .305 to go, first half. Jones in trouble, gets flushed out. I think I saw a flag, or was that a lot of yellow? Jones is driven back, and a huge sack back at the 15-yard line. Hi, Tony. Give me one. And we sit corrected. A correction from the booth. James Boyd is their quarterback, who was dropped for a loss. And we did see a flag. The penalty was declined. The flag was for holding on the offense, it appeared.
Declined it and took the sack.
Yeah, good call by them. 2:48 to go, first half. Third and about 10. Boyd to pass. Boyd in trouble. Boyd throws behind his guy. In coverage for the Greyhawks, Terrell Thompson, who applied a massive hit back in the first quarter. I mean, imagine if they had Brandon Brooks, who basically carried them the past couple seasons. I don't know that situation. Yeah. So fourth down. Jonathan Johnson in deep punt formation. Where's Brandon Brooks? In the. Oh, it's blocked again. And this one's in the end zone. And this one's a score. That's the second block kick of the game.
Bobby got it? Nice.
Nope. Bobby Purify with the fumble recovery. Purify. No, yeah. Now here's the thing. I mentioned this on the webcast earlier. I'll tell you anyway. But the last Firehawk game they ever played was in Colorado Springs Flames. Yeah. He was fast then. Yeah. So, it's amazing I keep that name catalog for situations like this. Okay. Oh, you don't want this on, huh? Okay. Hold on 1 second. Well, we'll wait for the try for point. Grab me my binoculars real quick. Thank you. Mendez will try for the point after. It is. Oh, that one just skirts right through.
You guys play college rules, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. See,
That's what just threw coach.
but you know what? You guys, I don't think they told you guys. Did they tell you guys before you got here?
No.
No, he kicked the field goal from distance earlier.
Quarterback, he's hurt. That's Cam.
Oh, I missed.
Oh, that's why Boyd's in the game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they told us NCAA rules.
Are you serious?
What? That's ridiculous. So the extra point by Mendez is good as they come up the field. Your score with 2:40 to go in the half. Colorado regains a lead at 10-3. and Veterans Stadium. Probably my two favorites at this level here. Set for the kickoff, Mendez with an excellent boot to drill the extra point. After the punt recovery in the end zone, 10-3. Return is from the 12. Wow, he tried to jump over a guy. And that was something that Roy Otis was trying to do. He's trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. I have a handheld. But oops. Oh, don't go. Well, and if in fact he does commit for that Civil War next week, Tuck will be my sidekick. That'd be fantastic. Holy cow. Holy cow. I couldn't get back to you because I was setting up for my hockey game yesterday. But I watched the video. I'm going, dude, everything is advertised. .233 left in the second quarter. Boyd to throw, no good. And the problem is Kamek has been knocked out, and what makes it worse is that all of Boyd's passes, for as tall as he is, he's always throwing footballs into the dirt.
Yeah, when Boyd was at USC and transferring to UNLV, I remember him moving to a defensive end position. So this is him being back fresh at the quarterback position.
And probably with not a lot of reps either to get warmed up for such a moment like this. This is a little rough. Second down and 10. Vegas down by 7. Voice you heard earlier is that of Inglewood Blackhawk head coach Tony Reed. Boyd to throw. Let's see if he keeps it in the air. He'll have to. No other choice. And too high.
Quarterback has got happy feet like no tomorrow, dude.
He probably intended for Brian Flowers. One thing I've noticed with Brian Flowers a lot of times that we've seen over the years is his key patented play is to bounce to the left and find an edge, but he's been going over the middle and has found nothing tonight.
Yeah, that's Brian Flowers' game. He's one of the best in the game running the ball. He can hit the hole straight up the middle, but has a very good gift in getting outside and running and finding his lanes. He's gained over maybe 5,000 yards over the last 3 or 4 seasons doing the same routine.
2:23 to go, opening half. Vegas down by, what's going on?
Yeah, I was looking at the clock. I noticed that the referees are not using the same rules that we've been using.
Little confusement. Oh, nice catch at the 20-yard line. Keeps the clock moving, and it'll probably take us to a 2-minute warning. It will, because Vegas burned all their timeouts. Their third came early in the second play of the game. They called a timeout, and then later on in the first they called another one, then burned the third early in the second. So we go to the 2-minute warning given to both benches. 7-point lead for Colorado. Yeah, having Butler in hand was like having that double coupon at the bottom of your envelope going, my God, I can't believe I have this.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Corey Butler. He was going to play with us during the regular season last year, but he had some tryouts and some workouts that he was, getting ready for because he's fresh out of college. Mm-hmm. He was a dual threat at University of Utah, and he wanted to come out and get his feet wet, for next season. And you saw what he did today. He walked away with the MVP of the game.
Good for him. Who was defensive MVP for that game?
Defensive MVP went to Roy Otis.
Okay, well, excellent, as it should. And they will hand out a defensive and offensive MVP also in this game. So it's 2 minutes to go in the first half, and it's not Jonathan Johnson this time. Ooh, almost a loose ball. Escapes two defenders and has room.
He will find a hole, baby.
And get a convoy. Bobby Purify. Now, as we saw back in 2010, if this is the Bobby Purify of then, he'd be gone. But give him credit, he was very patient in trying to find a hole and had lead blockers. And we have a flag. Back at the 14.
Oh, wow.
I'm as shocked as you are, Tony.
Oh, against what?
That's on Vegas. Well, decline that.
You got to decline that, right. Colorado's been getting a great influx of penalties for this game, but they seem to be rebounded from it. Oh, it's against Colorado?
Never know in the semi-pro world. With different setups, thought the whole power went up, and I walked right in front of the camera, so you got to see this wonderful mug. Hi. The penalty was in the Vegas backfield, and the flag was for.
I'm going to tell you they're going to call roughing
Oh.
the center again.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Oh.
Lined up over center.
Geez, a gift penalty for the Trojans. And now you have
Against the Greyhawks.
different personnel coming onto the field. So it would lead someone to believe that the offense for Vegas will continue their march. Oof.
Well, they're trying to hand them this one, I'll tell you. That's two
Well,
gifts.
the punt was decent, and that was a rough decision to get away from Jonathan Johnson. But then again, either his punts were low or the blocking wasn't there. Well, the lead official is indicating a first down.
They don't even know where the original line of scrimmage was.
That's because the down marker dude probably moved.
Yes, it did.
Oh, gotta love this level of football.
Right? There's 30 yards in penalties?
They applied 2 of them.
To midfield, they had the ball back on the 21.
Yeah, that's rough. Ball was back on the 21, and they're going to apply 2 penalties, it appears.
Well, he's still got
So you had to. No.
Really? I think he's giving them 80 yards in penalties here.
I have not seen that in my life.
They're giving him the ball back
That's crazy.
They called personal foul on the Greyhawks for something. A mark stop 80 yards. You got to be kidding me. Had to be 4 of them. They were at the 21.
21, 36, 49, 34. So they applied 3 15-yard penalties because, to slight credit, they correctly marked off 45 yards, but I've never seen 45 yards in penalties being applied on a single play.
On one flag.
That's right. That was the only flag I saw, was back there, because it stunned both Tony and myself.
What the hell are you doing?
And they probably won't. Well, actually,
Let's not talk about it no more. You'll take it another 20. Now we got flags moving or no one knows where.
but I know I want to go down to the ref room and get an explanation to the 3 penalties applied. So Colorado got it back all after all was said and done. Whew.
They moved their offense out there for a minute.
That settles down the offensive coordinator. Handoff on first down on the stop, Derek Smith. On the handoff to Art Humphrey. Oof. Been holding this thought back for a while. Don't care if I share it with the masses. On that play, I was as lost as a baby in a topless bar. Second down. Not as caustic a line as Burnt Hamburger said last year. Handoff. Yeah, still moving. Gets about 6.5. Colorado has 2 timeouts left. Trojans burned all of theirs, and it'll be third down.
Wow, all them penalty yards.
But at least Colorado got the ball back.
Yeah. At least it wasn't as horrible as it was making it.
Or else we would have to give our offensive coordinator about 6 soapboxes to stand on to cry to the high heavens. Third down and short. Oh, the ball is loose. And the Greyhawks were able to recover. Cameron Smith recovered the ball. They're going to let this clock go because they have the lead with 15 seconds to go in the first half. A massive defensive struggle. Key turnovers resulting in points for Colorado, and they will head to the clubhouse with a 7-point lead. When we return, your third quarter score in this national championship will be Greyhawks 10, Trojans 3.
Minor League Football Reports presents two of the top teams and players in the nation. Don't miss out on this year's Minor League Football doubleheader as the Inglewood Blackhawks take on the Hall of Fame National All-Stars. Saturday the 20th at 4 p.m. at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Find out who will be the #1 Minor League Football Report national champion team in the nation as the Las Vegas Trojans take on the Colorado Greyhawks. Saturday the 20th at 7 p.m. Jackie Robinson Stadium. You can catch all the exciting action only on agsportvideonetwork.com.
And it ain't about wins and losses, it's about loyalty. It's about understanding I'm gonna make the play or I'm gonna watch the play be made. It's simple. It's if I can tell my safety, you cover this because I'm going this time. It's a man on a man every time you play the game. It'll never change. It's about winning one-on-one battles. Fight to fight.
Thomas Graham Jr. Okay, now 21 scholarship offers already and growing. It's just been an amazing high school experience for you so far. But if I'm a college coach, give me the scouting report.
I'll say a corner that that's not as big as you expect, but plays bigger than what he is. Aggressive on the ball, takes smart chances, knows the game, and then just fast.
You know, talk about your family, because I know that you guys go by the motto Team Graham. And, you know, it's serious within the family, but it's the concept within the family. Explain to me what Team Graham is.
Team Graham, like my dad used to call me, he doesn't do it anymore, but I used to call me every day before school because me and my sister used to walk together and be like, we're Grahams. And we was like, what are Grahams? And we were like, we give 110%. And then that's all we said every day before school. And us as a motto is just stay together. This is all we got.
All right, let's look at a play from last year. Now, this is against Los Osos, where you're lined up in against a slot receiver in man-to-man coverage. Walk me through this play and how you're able to come up with this pick for a touchdown.
So we went 3rd and long, and then we were starting to run nickel, and for towards playoffs. So we went nickel. I go in the slot, cover the slot, and I was having a bad first half, not catching the ball. So I said, D Hall. I said, let's switch gloves. So I switched gloves with him, and I lined up in the slot. And then I noticed his split was far inside, and then the quarterback rolled. So I was like, let me go with him. I stayed on the upfield shoulder, and then he threw it late. I think Vaca, our defensive lineman, hit him. The ball came up, and I thought I jumped too early for it, because when I was coming down, the ball still wasn't in my hands. And then I finally got it, and I take off down the sideline. And in my mind, I was like, I can't get caught by the quarterback. So first thing I was like, all right, so what I got to do? So then I cut back, and I was in the end zone, and then Daryl, Red, and all of them came celebrated with me in the end zone.
All right, so now what was the most important part about the play? Was it the fact that you changed gloves, or was it the fact that you understood the coverage?
I think it was more the gloves.
Okay.
Without the gloves, I think I would have dropped it. I dropped 3 balls that game, so I think it was the gloves.
All right, Coach. Well, Thomas Graham, he's something special. What do you have in this player? He's such a unique athlete.
Yeah, he's an excellent athlete. You said it. Very fluid hips, great top end speed, ball skills, football IQ. He's got everything.
You know, when I look at him and I watch him, it seems like, he's really technically in tune. He's a guy, when you watch him on film, you could tell he knows what he's doing. How much does that help you in terms of game planning, or maybe even expanding the game plan, because he can do so much? Yeah,
he's that type of athlete where we can do a lot of things, from tight bump and bump and run man to man, off man to man, zone defense. We could blitz him. He does so many things well.
We were talking earlier about what makes you so good and some of the things that you do to get there. One of the things you mentioned to me, this box drill. Explain to me the box drill. How does it work? Walk me through the fundamentals of it.
Okay, so the basics of it is every receiver wants to stay on this line right here. It's an imaginary line, I say.
Right.
And so they want to stay on this line. So my goal is to alter their release to where they're off the line, and then throw off their timing with their quarterback.
Okay, so and you're right, because receivers, they can't waste a lot of time up here. Say go. Oh, I got you. Okay, so you go inside the cones, it gets a little bit more physical.
It gets a little bit more physical. I can't let you get an easy release inside.
Okay.
Got to get the 2.
All right, so the goal is to make sure that you get them somewhat going lateral at some point in the release, not just going straight up the field on you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, Thomas, so in watching you play and talking to the coach, this is what he loves about you, the versatility to be able to move from the outside corner spot inside to the slot, but still have the ability to play man coverage on a slot receiver. So, walk me through right here when you're in man covered from this slot nickelback position. How would you play it in the game?
I'll still play 7x1, 1 yard inside like I would at a corner. But like here, you have to be more patient. Like you can't hurry up and get out your back pedal. So like I'm most likely inch back, so I'll inch. Okay. And like that'll put him at like 3 to 4 yards. And then now that cuts off the short game. So if he breaks, I break. So if he has a break on a slant, I'll break on a slant.
Okay, so is it easier playing in here in the slot or out wide?
Oh, out wide by far.
Okay, reason why?
Because you don't have to have a 2-way go.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're right. So in here, the guy can go across.
He can go inside, outside, fade, and then like their favorite route mostly with slots is a dig. And to me, like that's one of the hardest routes to cover.
Okay, all right, let's walk through a couple here. Good, very good. So the whole thing is just to get a jump, and as soon as he starts to break down, now you gotta go.
Once his hips drop, that's not know he's a break. And then once his hip turn one way, he can't turn the other.
Okay, and that's key because when I played receivers, we're always trying to make sure that we stay here.
Yes.
And stay up, so you guys don't have the least read as possible. So as soon as you see them sink.
Once the sink hips drop, my hips drop, and now I'm reacting off of their reaction.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that they commit. I don't want to just like say he goes here and then come here and then goes back here.
Okay.
Wants to sink my hips, and then once he commits, I commit.
Gotcha. This is for Team Graham. Jasmine, I know you're at SC. I know how your battles with your brother have gone when you were younger. Well, I'm gonna settle it right here. Let's go, fight on. I know there's a lot of battles when you're growing up. Well, there's not gonna be nothing like the battle you're gonna face today. All right, so let's go.
Family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
You gonna think I'm pressing, but I'm a bail. So he ain't even gonna know what to do.
And he cheated on the route.
I pressed bail, and then I seen him with the head fake. And I was like, if you head fake, you can't go the same way you head faking. So I undercutted it.
I know they probably told you the route.
Nah.
That's okay. I have to battle all the elements here.
Your alignment told me the route.
I'm wide open. I still think I was open though.
Nah, I had you.
No, serious. I mean, come on. When I started to open up, you feel the stride and I started to open up a little bit more? Like my, could you tell that I started to open up to 4-4? Just serious, it's 4-4. It felt like 4-4.
It was like, maybe I'll give you 4-5.
4-5.
I'll give you 4-5.
Well, I got to step back and go in motion. Just give me a little motion so I can get him off. Right? Oh, now look at it. Ah! I can't get in. I try to represent the family. Family, I try. Okay, let's get out of here. Give me a family on the. Let me stop.
Give you a
I
Team
can't
Graham?
breathe.
Give you a Team Graham? I got you.
Good for them, and I could hear their fans from across. You know. Give me 1 second. Not on JJ, but I don't know if that was completely on JJ. One of them was a low trajectory of a kick. That was for sure. The other one was just poor blocking and people coming off the edge and over the middle, and it was curtains there. Well, we welcome you back to Jackie Robinson Stadium. We're about to start the third quarter. Special hello to Hannah. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Special hello to Tiffany in Vegas, my sister, watching the broadcast. Jonathan Johnson set to put a boot into it, and the second half is underway. This one is short. This one is returned from the 19. And a bunch of running room, still on his feet. What did I say, 16, so 34, maybe a 36-yard return for the Greyhawks. Sit next to Rodney Wilson because I know he's going to probably have some. Well, besides the off-color comment earlier, because the special teams was actually kind of soft.
Special teams is important in football.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize how key a factor special teams is.
Yep.
Everybody doesn't want to have a good kicker or doesn't between the long snap and the holder. Special teams can win championships, and we won championships over special teams. So special teams is very important.
No, it's not you. I'm aghast that Vegas burned. Where's my pen? Burned a timeout. They did this earlier. I think second play of the first half.
He's over there. You guys gotta find him over there. Bye.
I mean, I hate to put a poll over this one, but and I even forgot my thought because I'm so. They burned a timeout.
Game just started.
Kicking the ball. They kicked off, didn't they?
Yeah, before the first play of this drive for the other team. But this game, okay, my thought was this game is absolutely disjointed. I mean, there's no, this.
Watch the ball.
Absolutely no continuity.
Right after a timeout.
Right out of a timeout.
The guy is over there on that side. He's at the front gate. I just told Tyler that.
1st and 5 for the Greyhawks. 13-0 on the regular year. First down. Hand up to Nate Guillory. Guillory gets room over the left side on the edge, gets to the 35, an advancement of 10 yards, and earns a first down.
Linebacker missed the hold.
Kamek is at least throwing, but we don't know to what extent his injury is. First and 10 on the 35. So it appears as though Kamek might return. Handoff again to Guillory. Well, they snuffed him out this time, and there's some extracurricular over there. penalty marker. One of the defensive linemen had pinned down. One of the linemen kept Guillory down and then continued the chirping. But as it is, it's going to be charged to the offense. Guillory was pinned down and not allowed to get up. .24 left until three-quarter time. The score remains 10-3. Tie-breaking touchdown. A punt block that went into the end zone, recovered by Bobby Purify. So the clock runs. On the dead ball foul, second and a bunch. Second down and 27. Look out, that's a screen, and that's trouble, and that's incomplete. Those on pursuit. Gerald Bennett, number 20, Stephen Thayer. I take it back. Mikkel Mayer with the. This one will be a charge to Colorado. Boy, this will be rough. We get to the fourth quarter. Okay, no timeout applied. Now we'll run the clock. 12:53 to go in the third. Third and 27. They need the 25. Four seasons, four championships. For the Greyhawks, you have to be impressed. Third and long. And Banks in trouble. He's under duress. He springs free at the 45. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 52 yards. If Mendez has that leg. With the wind, yeah. Not as blustery as earlier. Fourth. So they're going for it on fourth down and 9, and now, no, it can't be. It'll be timeout Colorado. So the rest of this game, with 26 minutes to go, both teams have 2 timeouts. Back to the action, 4th down. And Banks throws, gets his man, and I think he has a first at the 24-yard line. That was a laser. Well, they made up a first and 27. Ryan Horn made the reception. Just heard a wonderful gem about him, and especially his dad. Handoff on a spin move going nowhere. Father's name was, once again, Don Horn. And you've heard of nondescript players on that Packer squad in 1967, like Boyd Dowler, who I believe scored the first ever touchdown in the history of Super Bowl. I think that's who it was. But Don Horn was the backup to Bart Starr. Second and 13. Banks with Smith as a blocking back, gets room, rolls right, guns it, picked off. Picked off at the 2-yard line. Vegas ball at the 18. Picked off by DeJohn Hatcher. And am I right with that? He threw it into double coverage? Yeah. And underthrew it. Yeah, severely. Yep.
Did you see the guy?
First and 10, ball spotted on the 20-yard line. Vegas in control, yet trailing by 7. That's a completed pass. So Josh Kimball. Josh Kimball is your quarterback. We were informed, not by Adam Schefter or Adrian Wojnarowski. we were. First and 10. And Flowers isn't in on this drive in particular so far. On the handoff, Akoya Hudgens. Yeah, we were told Kasich was going to return and Boyd was not. Boyd is seated on a on a thermos. Channeling his inner, put me in, coach, I'm ready to play. So it's Kimball at quarterback. Finds it complete and drops it. Colin Mayers. Unreal. Unreal. There is just, yeah, it's just so disjointed. All the timing. Man, oh man.
Wide receiver played quarterback now.
We play here with 8:40 to go, third quarter, 3rd and 8. They require the 48. 3rd and 9, 10-3, Greyhawks on top.
Y'all putting this stuff up now?
Oh, it's a one-hopper.
Get rid of it.
Kimball is in trouble. Caught by the defensive line coach, no good. Have to. It's not a dire situation to go for it.
Come on, you stopped the ball. There's 12 men on the field.
Oh, they need one more. Just get a live body. Time's ticking.
Hope that's not the one that was.
Oh, they had 9?
The back judge not even paying attention
Oh.
to the play.
Yep.
With the clock.
And probably did not run the play clock. Well, got away with it slightly, I guess. They'll return from the 25. Big block. Might have been out of bounds.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Mamzowicz with the return.
Come on, Roy.
He's still moving. And Roy Otis. Just
Roy Otis.
Roy Otis just signed before the contest. Makes the tackle. Halfway through this 3rd term. Because the argument was, how could he cut back from the track? 1st and 10. Hand off.
That guy gotta run hard. He tiptoeing now.
Yeah, he did.
I guess you get the extra leverage from a track, huh?
Yes, so.
We have our
Hand off to Cameron Smith.
we have a paper tumbleweed on the field. Not gonna pick it up, ref? Never mind.
Yeah, it's all good.
Just let it flow.
It's like English soccer when they throw confetti on the field, they just leave it there. Yeah. 2nd and 9. Thank goodness the Coral Cafe is open all hours. Appears to be Smith again, and he does not get much. In fact, loses 2. It's amazing to see names I haven't seen in a long time. Mikkel Mayer, the former Firehawk. And that goes back 9 years.
Wow, the Firehawks were good too.
Yeah,
That's when the LCFL was just
hot.
every team was a banger. The Lions,
The Steelers.
Steelers, Firehawks.
Might have heard of a team in black and green.
Heck, even the Rhinos.
Yeah, before the Firehawks. I'm hearing a spread offense, and it is so. Smith, the blocking back to Banks right on 3rd and 12. Fakes the handoff, gets room, gets time. He guns it deep for it all with the wind. Oh, dear Lord, what a catch!
What a play. What
Unreal catch. And Colorado extends their lead to 16-3. Did you hear how quiet this place was? And look at this. They're celebrating like the Blackhawks. About 17 players in the end zone.
I wasn't quite sure if it was intercepted or not.
Unreal.
down with the ball, the defensive player was just coming back this way, and he just
And from our view, it looked like Steven Memzuic, it appears, made the catch. Nothing short of awestruck there.
All right, now this is when the offensive coordinator has to put together a drive. A drive right here.
Forget the line from Star Wars, but we all know it ends with, "You're our only hope." Going for 2. Why not? Banks to throw with some time, lobs it. Oh my goodness. He gave it just the right amount of touch. Looking for a little man wearing number 6. Boy, we're familiar with those players at that stature, Jovan Wilkins. So the try for 2 is no good, and as they come up the field, the Greyhawks extend their lead 16-3 with 5:24 left until three-quarter time.
Come on, man. Return. You don't return, team. Get out there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They only have 10. They have 11. They have 11.
You have 11.
Come on, Vegas, do your thing.
Oh, that's 12. Stay off, Roy.
That's 12. 19 get off the field.
Oh, gosh.
1, 2,
Yeah, they have enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, he's shadowing. 19 is shadowing in.
Good tackle, Roy.
So Mendez fires it away, and the return is from the 5. That's Dante Abrams. Penalty marker. Think there was a block in the back for sure.
Coming back.
And check it, that was Shane Boyles with the return. Boyles is not here. Saw 26, however.
Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith with the return. Penalty marker was for a block in the back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, his hand's in his pockets. Almost. 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 Don't want to lay too much blame, but we saw something that was suspect. It's Kimball again on 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line. Oh, dear Lord, he's in his end zone. Get it. Get rid of it. And he gets out of it.
Tuck the ball. Tuck the ball.
He won't. Carrying it like a loaf of bread. Unbelievable. Gets it to the 20-yard line. Remember the national championship at Saboba? Weather conditions almost like this.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Easily coldest conditions.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, this is close. Well, tail end of our game in Florida, there was no wind, but high 30s.
Clock, Black.
So 5 minutes to go until three-quarter time. They miraculously get a first down at the 20. Kimball, almost. Did it hit the turf? They're going to say incomplete.
Oh, come on, give it to him.
He threw the double coverage.
Yeah. And he threw it short
And,
and underhanded.
and there was the snap from the center was just sat in the air.
We saw that earlier were a couple snaps. We're high and slow.
Right.
And that's recipes for disaster. It just ruins all the timing.
Especially from trying to hand off between the exchange between the quarterback and the running back. A delay like that would mess up a play. I do have to say, it is definitely colder than the rain game. It's just
Oh,
championship game.
2012 against the Steelers? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even though it
Somebody
rained
was
the whole
talking about
entire
that
Well,
game.
game.
though.
yeah, half.
Game.
Yeah, half.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, if you were here for that game in 2012, end of halftime through about midway third, it was an absolute downpour. Now, one of the best things about it was I saw not only still pictures, but close-ups video where you saw water dripping off the face mask of players. I mean, you know, I still get chills from that. What a wonderful view. And they're going to call the wide receiver. Ooh, no way! Second charge timeout to Vegas. I want to just tell you. Okay. Ooh, there.
Coach out.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Well, remember the word I'm saying is not a body condition. They are in consternation. And you know the word I'm talking about. So just keep this down. Well, actually, it's really tough to keep anything down if you're a Trojan fan. 3:37 to go, third quarter, and the Trojans just burned their second timeout. Ouch, yeah, down by 13.
That first time out.
Oh, was that a 16?
Yeah, it's a 16. That's a 16,
Okay,
yep.
so it was a 13-point game.
They still have another quarter.
Yeah. Still a lot of time left.
Plenty of time. Anything can happen.
And they just burned the second time out.
That's. It's got to be a great play call right here.
So we're back for play, third down. And there was a massive argument between Merrick Abbott and the Vegas coaching staff.
Come on, tackle. Come on, tackle.
He's in trouble, throws against the grain, and magically gets a first down to Gerald Bennett. My goodness.
Defensive band lost Catane.
Yeah, that should have been definitely a sack.
Happy to have you with us along for the ride at Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles, the Minor League Football Report National Championship. John Tyler, Rodney Wilson, Tony Reed with you. Thank you, guys. My first three-man booth. First and 10 on the 37. Kimball to throw, in trouble. Holding it like a loaf of bread. Whew. Like it's a blue light special. At the 40-yard line, we have an injured Colorado player. Official timeout coming with 2:17 left in this third term.
Those at least help my back, though. I feel much better now.
Oh, yeah, I told you. Good thing you had it.
Couple of hours, huh?
Yeah.
But not a couple more of those. Leave works magic. And the one thing I was discovering, I was playing catch with a kid at halftime, and you know, with the regulation size football is in this weather you have to have a glove because for me it was terribly difficult to even gun one downfield. Then I realized my rotator cuff retired about 3 years ago too.
No, you good, Black. Yeah, gloves can either go both ways. They can help you or hurt you, especially between the center and the quarterback. That exchange is key important. Most centers like the natural touch of the ball, but most people wear gloves.
At that position, I think you do.
Yeah.
Well, and for many years also, well, because he was playing in a controlled environment forever, Peyton Manning wasn't. It was difficult for him to get used to gripping a football with a glove.
Yeah, when he got over to Denver, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the high altitude. That's another thing too that'll change the.
Part of it, you know, better loft of the football. Run it. 2 1/4 left in this third term. 16-3, the Greyhawks on top.
They sustain a drive here. Momentum comes back on the Vegas side.
Colorado in gray, black, and yellow with Oregon Ducks numbers. And Vegas in white, black, and silver with the impact font for their numbers. Under the 2-minute mark, he throws, caught it on the tip of the football at the very last moment, gets a first down, and it continues a Vegas drive, a completion of 14. So Josh Kimball finally settling things down under center. So Vegas slowly making a move. You wonder if the center simulated the snap because I thought I saw the ball move with it right in front of us.
Yeah, every time they run trips over to the side, dude, they're just running out little out.
Ooh, they're going to call offside on the defense.
You to get your linebackers out there.
They encroached.
I know you want them to score, well, not you, but for them, it's imperative that they score on this drive. But what's a key here with them at the 45 moving in?
Right now is controlling on the ball. You know, you want to sustain a drive is important, especially between the run and pass game. Right now, you want to make smart decisions. Hopefully, get the coach calls the right plays, and somebody has to make a play. Of course, you want to come away with 6 points, but three is also good too.
Handoff on 1st and 5. Akoya Hudgens across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Under a minute to go, third term. Josh Kimball continuing to bark the signals at quarterback. Thankfully, he has the wristband to see the play.
Step up.
Bennett with time. Almost picked off. Jevin Colbert right in his hands. 3rd and 4. Key possession for Vegas here. 27 seconds to go in this third quarter. The Trojans down by 13. Flowers back into the game. He's to the right of Kimball. Trips left. Kimball always flushing out to his left. Past the line of scrimmage, past the original, and out of bounds at the 31. And we have a penalty marker on the play. In the Vegas backfield, this may not be the final play of the third quarter. It will be because of the hold. Now, will there be time put back on the clock because the clock accidentally ran to the end of the third? You might have heard the siren sound from the scoreboard. And the clock will run after the holding call now. We've come down to the final 15 minutes. We have reached the end of three-quarter time. The Greyhawks 16, the Trojans 3. Welcome back to Los Angeles. John Tyler and Rodney Wilson with you. Tony Reed has stepped out to give me a lifetime supply of Earl Grey tea. Got to give credit. We were just talking off air a few moments ago about giving credit to the offensive. We have not offensive line. We have not seen too many sacks. I mean, I can't remember the last one. And so if I can't remember it, then something must be going well with both O-lines. And some stability in quarterback has finally come in the form of Josh Kimball. Although if you're old football heads like me, you haven't seen a high number for a quarterback since probably Otto Graham when he wore 60. And I was building this all up so that we could get into the play and do this smooth transition. There's nothing smooth.
Referees have to make sure they're right on the field.
And I understand that too.
But that should have happened before.
Yeah, you had the break to do it.
Were they really this far back? Was it a penalty? Oh yeah, the holding penalty.
Right, because they never ran the play right before the end of the third.
Chips on the left side.
So we start the final quarter with second down. And the Trojans still with the football. Still you have to score on this drive. I'm just going to call it out. Kimball throws complete. Kimball to Flowers. And that's the dual threat power Flowers can be. You lump him with a Reggie Bush. You lump him with the Camara for New Orleans.
Uh-oh, also put him up there with the caliber of the running back from the rookie from Carolina. From Stanford.
Only played for Stanton McCaffrey.
Yes.
Clock though, guys. That was a free play. Never started the clock.
Oh, goodness gracious.
3rd down and short. Oh, and also LT was a decent pass receiver, and we have more confusion here. I think we had a timeout for Colorado.
Careful now. Careful going down the stairs, okay? Should be an official timeout.
Has to be. They haven't indicated otherwise. A night here, because I've been here for about 7 years. A night here in the jungles isn't complete until you hear about 3 sirens from the fire department. Average, but of course we've been here 5.5 hours already. Oh, and Officer Jones scoping the area. Of course, when we see the helicopters in the air, we always joke that the aerial pictures are brought to us by the LA Police Department and not the Goodyear blimp just down the road in Carson. I didn't see anyone get charged that time out.
No, they're still officially getting it.
I'd love to run down. I'm going to put a mark next to that timeout in case, in fact, it was assigned to Colorado. 3rd and 2. Plays of this stature get more important. Oh, movement, free play, and they may have a 1st down out of this. And Wilson is calling au contraire and calling it procedure on the offense. He may have seen Devin Jones.
Oh, they called offside.
And it's going to be a 1st down.
Wow. Okay.
How convinced were you of the O lineman moving?
You know, it was a 40-60 chance. You know, because being an offensive lineman, you want to get off the ball as quick as you can, and yeah, the hard count was probably there. So, unfortunately, defense gets tacked with a very costly penalty that gives Vegas a 1st down too.
Yeah, could the key play on this drive be a mental error?
So far, well, the drive's not over yet, so we have to wait to see what happens.
But catalog this event for such an occurrence. First and 10 then. Tony Parham, the wideout, looks at his play sheet. Here's Kimball to throw. He'll keep it instead. Oh, vicious block. Woo! Gerald Bennett laying the wood, ensuring Kimball gets additional yardage. Thought it was helmet?
Getting enough pressure on them defensively to make them roll to one side, but after that, that's about it.
2nd down
You guys are doing a great job of
and
making them
6.
roll to one side, but then after that, you know,
Not containing after that.
So much motion.
Gotta watch the ball there.
I'm going to play an offensive lineman, Miles Mason, 73. The left tackle. Has to be on the offense. Oh, au contraire.
Two teams that definitely have the defense has been on the field too too long,
Oh,
and offense needs to come away with points here. Gotta come away with 6 points.
well, defense has been on the field a long time, but they haven't been gassed.
True. The substitution game has been great.
Right. Second and short. Hand up to Brian Flowers. Bounces to the right this time. Stop the presses. He bounces to the right. His patented move is to the left. First down. That was 2nd and 2, or as Joe Buck said in the Minnesota-New Orleans game, about a value pack of index cards. First and 10.
Let's go, D. We're gonna get the ball. We're gonna get the ball.
To the end zone, underthrown, and no good. And it could have been a touchback. Instead, 2nd and 10. He absolutely had it.
There, dude. Tell him quit doing his push-ups and go learn to play football.
You gotta stay in bounds.
Intended check it, nearly picked off by Javen Colbert.
Risky play call.
Second and 10. This crucial drive taking longer than most presidential administrations. Not saying which one. Kimball to throw to the end zone. A game breaker touchdown. Gerald Bennett makes the reception on the end line. Ooh, sends a message too and hands the football off and begins a celebration on his sideline. Touchdown pass of 17 yards. Going for the one-point convert try, Jonathan Johnson, a 33-yard extra point attempt. Oh, that's blocked again. Low snap, low kick. You can't kick it.
Do that. You can't kick the ball.
That's a flag.
That's a flag.
And it goes out of bounds anyway. So the try is no good. And as they come up the field, a 17-yard touchdown pass from Kimball to Bennett. 12-17 to go, final quarter. Tensions building, 16-9, Colorado. Too early for an onside? I never know.
The chance of them completing it.
They're not.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, true, yeah. Return from the 5.
Squeeze.
That's like stirring the pot.
Come on now. Oh, no. Don't let him cut back.
Mamzuich with the return. Gets to the 40-yard line, a return of 35 yards. Well, now it makes this Greyhawk drive important. Be nice to have 3. First and 10 now for the Greyhawks. 11:51 to go in the game. It's a 1-score difference. Trojans down 7. On the handoff over the middle, stuffed. No gain. Hand out to Nate Guillory.
That's Roy.
Roy Otis makes the tackle. A now Vegas native. Second and 12 on the loss of 2, positioned on the 40. Chris Eddings can't bear to watch it anymore. Guillory again gets to the line of scrimmage.
Is that the only play he knows, Rashad?
On third down, when you have to pass, what do?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Oh, yeah. On third down and you have to pass, what does the defense do?
Well, the defense is going to, of course, the front 3 are definitely going to go. Linebackers are going to, one might spy and the other one might blitz, but like it depends on what package the offense comes out with. If they come out with an empty set, then linebackers have to pick up and cover the right receivers. But right here you have doubles and cover one. So everybody's going to be cover on one side and man-to-man on the other side.
Banks to throw. No, he'll take it himself. Spun and flung for a loss. Mikkel Mayer stopped at the line of scrimmage, and a huge stop. Three straight plays, all stopped at the line of scrimmage after the first loss of 2.
Put this thing in the hands of your defense. Your offense ain't getting it done.
Yeah, it's strange to see the offense just spiral to a stop.
Well, that crucial time off with the defense on the field that long, especially with the weather, it does take a toll for a bit, especially to come right back out and get back into a rhythm. But the offensive coordinator has to put the plays in to start the rhythm so that they can get into it. Otherwise, it's 3 and out.
Johnny Mendez in deep punt formation. They need more personnel, it appears, the way they're looking. Fourth and 12. They need the 49. I doubt they'll fake it. Oh, dear Lord. And he wasn't touched down. Stephen Thayer goes into the end zone. It's a 1-point game, to the sheer amazement and awe of all.
Just like that.
He had that look like Peyton Manning first snap of Super Bowl 48 where it sailed over his head and his eyes just got big as saucers.
I mean, the world, your mind's going through so much when that happens. I mean, you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Fall on the ball, first of all, but most people make the mistake and try and pick it up, and that's defense made a play, scored a touchdown.
And Stephen Thayer, when he grabbed the football, the punter was about a yard away, but never had the chance to reach over and touch him, mark him down. So he got up and ran in.
That's also another interesting thing that most people don't find it interesting, or hard, is like transitioning from one position to a different position is very hard. When you're starting off on offense and then your quarterback throws an interception, the offensive line has to now turn from a regressor into an aggressor, and the energy he's already spent blocking, he has to now spend it tracking down the ball and getting down to try and make a play. Especially for a kicker, that's got to be hard to try and make a play and hit somebody after the ball going over your head.
Going for two, Kimball, to try and get the lead here with a 8:44 to go. Yes! Brian Flowers deflected in the end zone, makes the catch.
Wow.
And for the first time today, the lead has changed hands. 8:44 to go in the final quarter. Vegas 17, Colorado 16. If I could quote Chance the Rapper correctly here, as they say in football, let's do that football. 8:44 to go, final quarter. And the Trojans have the lead.
Squeeze.
Return from the 10. It's Mamzuich again. And had running room. Moves it to the 32, return to 22. You need to invite the masses to watch this finish. It just got good. 1st and 10, 32-yard line. Banks hands off. Once again, stud running back Cameron Smith. Roy Otis on the stop. Assist Zion Jones, defensive tackle, number 77. Second and 5 on the carry of 5. Ball control is of most importance. 8:05 to go, final quarter. And I think the right tackle jumped off. Could call the foul on, no, it's on the defense. And that could be a first down. We have to see the measurement. Because that's 2nd and 5 we're looking at right now. And you may have to have a measurement just to see if they got the yards to gain. It is a first down. And the white hat was the only one that indicated it. Yeah, the white hat was the only one that indicated first down, so here we go. Got the down marker set. Along with the chains. 8 minutes to go, final quarter. 1 point lead. Markers again. Well, the 5 yards they earned, they just lost them again. Vegas 17, Colorado 16. 1st and 15. Under 8 minutes to go. Banks in trouble. Banks has speed and gets back to about the line of scrimmage. In fact, he gets two yards plus. Stopped at the 45-yard line, 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 9. It's 2nd down. Oh, it's not 3rd down. She got duped. It's not 3rd. It's 2nd down. Okay, good. Handoff. And I'm going to guarantee you the down marker lady, who I think is more than half of my age, got fooled into putting 3rd down on the box. The referee indicates 4th. Now here's the confusion. See, we called it. It's 3rd. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd, kids. The girl got fooled. And now we're going to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Your chain girl over here, your flag girl over here isn't changing the signs.
The flag girl. Problem at this level, you just get anyone to do the job, and sometimes they're not doing the best job, and more often than not, they're easily influenced, and she still hasn't changed it. Because I guarantee you she has no... She might have some football sense, but not enough to know right from wrong. 3rd down from the 50. Oh, my goodness, here we go again.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
The ball is still loose, and the Trojans recover on the 20-yard line. Roy Otis picks up the loose change. And it appears as though Banks lost control of the football when it sailed over his fingertips. What a massive change of events. You want everything to run normally, and then human error comes into the mix and changes everything.
Well, also with the I mean, I'm not going to blame it on the cold, but it does have a little factor in it. But, you know, when the offensive lineman sees, you know, 3 blitzers, and he's trying to get as much time to snap the ball and get time to block the person, that's what happened there. He just, you know, went over his head. Now defense comes on the field. Need to stop.
Defense better step it up.
And to switch. And to switch on a sing, Colorado's almost... What are they bringing the girl out for? Oh, to get her across the field. Hopefully someone else is working the down marker. They are. So they sent the girl to the penalty box. Who knows? 1st and 10 from the 20.
Shoes on the opposing team.
Yeah, who knows? Hand off Flowers. Ooh, he got crushed. And they want to say a loose ball, but I don't think that's the case.
Run the clock. Run the clock. Run the clock. Clock.
Who scored the touchdown on a special team?
Stephen Thayer.
Oh, okay. And they said the quarterback is his name. That's Chris Kellum. 84.
Chris Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, official timeout. I agree with that yawn. Run it. Yep. Well, remember, kids, it was 16-3 at one point. They are chewing up the clock, as they should. Vegas out of timeouts, however. Flowers, right, and tripped up. No, he did not. Eleven and 9 on the stop for Colorado. Jevin Colbert, Jimmy Provost. Third down, they need to get inside the 10. In cover one. Hand off to Jerry Brown. Don't think he got enough. He got to the 5, but I think they need the 4. Well, it's a first down. Tough to see at this angle, but they get a first down. The chains are on the 5. And it's tough to say who the clock is the enemy of more, because Vegas has no timeouts, but Colorado is down 1. And we are going to have a Colorado timeout for sure. Just the nature of them calling it. Remember, we had the timeout issue in the third quarter. So our assumption now is that that's their second timeout.
Yeah, so they still have one left.
So 1 remaining, and 1 remaining for the game. Well, besides the fact that the footballs are probably a rock, and it was by me grabbing the football at halftime. You know, conditions are much better now. The wind has finally died down.
But it's just still cold.
It's still cold. But this you could deal with. You could deal with cold with no wind. Cold with wind, you get hopped up on the vitamin C, that's for sure. And I take that back. It's first and goal on the 10.
Longest timeout in history.
Well, we've had about 8 of those tonight alone.
Official timeouts and non-official timeouts. Powwows, gatherings.
What is the deal, guys? Come on.
What are they huddled up about now, the referees?
No.
They killed the vibe of the
They
game.
do.
It seemed like, man.
They do.
I didn't know a team calling a timeout would cause so much referee confusion.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. That's rough. After all that, it's still first and goal. 17-16 Trojans trying to get the lead, extend the lead. With 3:36 to go and a low snap, Flowers, it ruined the timing instead. Kellum will keep it. He blows a tire at the 6 trying to make a move and cut back in field on his own. I get that. No, that's ridiculous. Get the points. Get the points. Yeah, that was. That was.
But he's holding the ball like a fresh loaf of bread.
Yeah.
That's probably why he just go down.
Second and goal from the 6. Probably could have had all 6 of those yards. Trickle under 2:50 left. Handoff over the middle, gets to the 2. Carry of 4.
Use some timeouts, Rashad.
Deion Carter was the man with the handoff. Clock continues to run. They're going to take this to the 2-minute warning. Because, oh, they're going to get delay of game. Well, there goes the cliche about Vegas I was going to say, that the Trojans had all the cards. We'll have to burn that cliche another time. Oh, they don't have a timeout. They don't have a timeout. They burned them all.
What's going on
They
with
just-
the clock, guys? They called a timeout
They just,
with 8 seconds left.
I was confident Vegas burned all of theirs.
Now we ran the clock to the 2-minute warning.
Can't make sense of it, fans. I just call what I see. You know, the clock rolled down to 2 minutes, but I wonder if they'll put time. They should. I'm seeing a back judge come over. 2:05 will be placed on the scoreboard clock. right, so now we're confident is saying that Vegas is now out of timeouts and Colorado has one left.
What down is it?
Second. Is it too far-fetched to say that the Trojans are missing B12 and chemo? Is it too far-fetched? It is.
Sideline demeanor doesn't look good from over here.
Like the inevitable is about to happen?
No, I mean, heck, 2 minutes is still plenty of time.
Oh, it's too much time. Look at the 4 scores with 3:01 to go on Sunday.
Ah.
Second and goal from the 2. Chris Kellum finally comes in. He's the one correctly assigned 84. Well, he rolls to his right this time. He has men open. And too far.
Oh my God.
Third and goal. 2-minute warning has been given to both benches. With the score 17-16, Las Vegas. Fourth and goal. Couldn't even see the down marker earlier, so it's fourth. This is it. Kellum in trouble. Still has room. You have to throw, and he's dropped.
Throw the ball away. Is that fourth down? That was fourth down. You throw the ball away, it's on the 1-yard line for them, for you guys. Yeah.
Well, with one timeout left for the Greyhawks. Easily.
Wow, wow. Wow. All Colorado needs a play. Oh, we can do it. Gotta play smart out there.
Anything that could go wrong did. God, how about this finish? 1:47 left. I'm assuming that Colorado has one timeout left. All they need is a field goal. And more whistles. Official timeout.
What?
Ridiculous.
An official timeout and
First and 10. Ball spotted on the 20. Oh, tripped up. And the clock runs. Stephen Thayer makes the play. Second and 10, clock runs, 1:24 to go. They really need to get to the Vegas 30 to have a chance to kick for the win. Because I think Mendez has the boot. Banks has time, rolls right, deflected, picked off. Absolutely disastrous. On the deflection, it was picked up by Ronald Brown. And the Trojans could absolutely sneak away with some hardware.
Three bad snaps gave Las Vegas 17 points.
That and your defense being on the field for the whole entire third quarter.
True.
They put them on the field the first half. They were inside their own 20 the whole game.
I mean, how about this? If you're a Trojan fan, you've got 4 trophies in 2.5 seasons. Amazing. There's some woofing. I don't think they're going to shake hands just yet. You have to get through this formality here. I know the refs don't want this to end. There is still football to be played. You can't run this out. Can't shake hands and go home. Not yet. There's 57 to go. Staggering turn of events.
You got 3 down linemen and you got 1 back. So you got 1 guy in front of him. They have the ball.
JT, look at your Facebook messages and look at the picture that I just received.
Ouch.
That's a jab at the Trojans, huh?
Ouch. Good Lord.
They should have put congratulations on the top, though, huh?
Shoot. Well, the Trojans, all they have to do is snap the ball twice.
Yeah, I think I got to hand a lot more credit to Las Vegas defense. And a lot of people want to think, okay, well, I've seen a lot of shit not work for our offense that normally does.
So there was a personal foul call charged to Las Vegas. It pins them back to their 49-yard line. As we mentioned just earlier, all they need to do is snap it twice.
Let me go start getting it.
It was 16-3 with 5:25 to go in the third quarter when Banks found Mamzuich for 20 yards.
Plays of the game. Wow.
Well, we're going to go 1st and 10 here. 1 knee. They'll need to take a second. The snap over the punter, resulting in the touchdown.
That was a definitely a momentum-changing event. To snap that went over the head,
Yep.
and they scored gave Vegas Trojans that first touchdown that they needed. After that, you know, defensive stops and Flowers with the incredible catch off the defense score. That was also crucial as well.
And the Trojans take a knee. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. They were down by 13 points and have shut out and shut down the Colorado Greyhawks as the clock winds down. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vegas Trojans are your minor league football report national champions. A staggering comeback, winning 17-16. We thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your support. Appreciate you bearing with me having half a voice. I'm not saying a word to anyone tomorrow. To our Greyhawk fans, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. To our Trojan fans, thank you for watching as well. To those of you watching across the country, wow, you saw an absolute thriller. And we appreciate your support in watching. And a reminder, I'll be in full voice, I better be. In 1 week, we have the Civil War in Downey, Northern California against Southern California, right here again on AG Sport Video Productions. That game is at 4 o'clock on the West Coast. I'll be joined by Grady Tucker in the booth for his analysis. For all of us, thank you for watching and so long. My name is John Tyler. Have yourself a pleasant good evening.